You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the September 12th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Yes.
Call this meeting of the Water Board to order. First item is approval of the minutes from the executive session held on August 22nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the record of executive session held August 22nd, 2023. I'll second it.
Motion is second that we approve the minutes from the executive session on August 22nd. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes from the meeting held on August 22nd.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes dated August 23rd, 2023.
I'll second it.
Okay, there's a motion second that we approve the minutes dated August 22nd. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Purchase orders.
We have a short list of 3 purchase orders. They are all for number 2 case. One is a confirming for service. This is the standard service activities for the case backhoe to McCann for $1,729.04. The second one is also to McCann. This is for that's a misspelling. It's a scraper blade and stabilizer pads for the number 2 case. Those are wear items. They eventually get worn out and you have to replace them for $1,893.51. And the last is to Flanagan Tire. This is front tires for that case for $730.88.
I'll make a motion to approve the list of purchase orders dated 9/12/2023.
Second.
Motion second, we approve the purchase orders dated 9/12. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. List of claims. Any questions on the claim?
Motion to approve the list of claims dated 9/12/2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we approve the claims as of September 12th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Bad debt list. We have one.
Looks like it goes back for a couple of months, correct?
Oh yeah, we don't write off debts until several months after
Okay.
it passes, and then all we're doing is writing it off. They still owe us. So.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the bad debt list dated September 12th, 2023.
For bookkeeping purposes.
For bookkeeping purposes only.
All right, there's a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion and second, we approve the bad debt list for bookkeeping purposes only as of September 12th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approve to the update of the management handbook to match the new contract.
So, as I sent out in the notice, whenever there's an item, when we've had in the past a contract approved, any item that got an improvement or a change that we had a match for in the non-union management handbook, was usually matched. Oftentimes it was, previously the longevity pay was actually a little bit higher than what the union had the last time. But I'm looking at asking to match the longevity pay schedule that was approved in the contract. Certification pay that was approved for the union folks. The vacation scheduling to match as well. And then the holidays currently, non-union employees have to go through the 90-day probation to receive a holiday pay. This would change it back to 30 days, just like the union has now in their contract.
Okay. Motion to approve the updated, or to update the management handbook to match the new contract.
I'll second it.
Motion and second, we approve the updates to the management handbook to match the new contract. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Right, old business.
Under old business, I've got several updates I want to give you. The contract, we have the updated version. The attorney and I worked on that, got it prepared, and it's been sent to the USW to make sure all the language is correct in their opinion as well. And then they can sign it, get back to us, and we sign it, and then it'll become official. The NIPSCO rate structure, I took a look at that, and the current rate structure that we're on isn't the best solution for the department right now. They raised all of the non-residential tariffs that they have significantly. So households don't have a very big increase, but businesses and industrial and all of us, government, it all went up considerably. So in the end, companies will end up having to pass that along to their customers in the future. The Pines extension, that main is installed in service, and we are starting to install the service taps that the town paid for. So we'll be doing those over the next couple weeks. The Loves Road water main extension, we'll put it on a hold for right now. The sewer has to go in there first. The sewer, the contractor that's putting that in let me know that he has to be 16 feet deep. And even though we're gonna be 10 feet away from them horizontally, when they're excavated that deep, if we excavate first, the soil is gonna be even worse than it already is. So it makes it more dangerous for him. We're not in a rush. As soon as he gets his part done, we'll start working on our part. So, the INDOT extension, we did a quote to INDOT for running an extension out to that rest area out on 94. They have intentions to install the water main next year. So I had a meeting with engineers that are working with them on that project, and we're working on an agreement to do the design work. So I'll have some information before you. I don't know if it'll be the next meeting, but it'll be pretty soon.
Okay.
The US 20 annexation, the city's part that we have to extend. I have a basic agreement that's currently with the city attorney for review. It spells out the responsibilities and how we get reimbursed for the materials and labor work, because the city can't pay up front according to state law. They have, and just the same as we can't pay for something until we receive it. So it's the same concept for the city on a project that big. So I wanted to have some sort of document in place that says, okay, when we receive this material, we turn around, we pay for it, we're gonna send an invoice to the city, and the city will pay us back. So, Amber LePage is looking through that right now. The replacement upsize on Franklin for the new apartments. We've sent them the quote after looking at the plan for that new parking garage that's coming in and the slabs that are coming in. We don't intend to start any excavation work in the street until after those slabs are done coming in, because if we do, the road's gonna be damaged, and there's a lot of weight coming in on those trucks, so we don't wanna make the road unstable and more dangerous. So
Is that on 11th?
10th Street is where the trucks would come in.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so we don't want to cut that open. So it works out, it'll work out just fine, because we can, once they get that part done, we can come in and do the work we've got to do.
Are those slabs, when you say the slabs, that's
They're-
the
it's-
floor or the sides?
It's the walls and the floor,
Wow.
it's precast concrete construction.
Yeah.
So they're basically bringing in pieces and they're just gonna erect the whole thing. Then they have to pour a couple concrete floors, but most of it is being brought in as slabs.
I had heard him say that at the mayor somewhere,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't remember where I heard him say it.
I've seen it a lot on, I haven't really seen a building like this go up that way, but I've seen a lot of industrial, big box warehouses, that sort of thing go up that way. And
Yes.
they go up really fast. So
Yes.
when you think about the size of it, I think that's actually what they did with GAF when they built that new building out there. And that was built pretty quick.
Yes, it was.
And then I wanted to give you an update on the PFAS or PFOS. Those are those forever chemicals. We just got information today that the samples that we had pulled and the results that we got were confirmed by the samples that IDEM pulled. Fortunately, the lake has very little in it,
Good.
and our treatment system is actually removing what little is left. So
Oh, good.
we're in good shape that way. There is a class action settlement occurring between a bunch of all water utilities, or most water utilities, and we're part of this because we're a water utility. I've received documentation on it, and it's between the utilities and the manufacturers. There's 4 or 5 manufacturers listed. It's a $1.2 billion settlement that they're working on right now. And so I've just got some of the information, so I have to go over it to see if we qualify and what we could qualify for. So
Okay.
I'll let you know. And that's all I have for updates and old business.
Okay, new business.
Under new business, I'd like to request permission to change the current accounting assistant to a cashier. I don't know that the current cashier will be coming back, so if that person does come back, that person will move to that accounting assistant position. Based on the information, based on what I've seen, I think this is the right move. So basically, I just need the board's permission to do that, and I'd also like to request a $1 an hour bump in pay, which would put the position at $20 an hour. It's currently 19.
And it's full-time?
Oh, yeah.
Part-time? Full-time?
Yeah, full-time. Basically, we have a person in the position. I just want to change their title.
Oh.
And provide this bump. It's a newer employee, so they've done pretty well. She's done pretty well. So I think it's right to do. So.
Does she work with Chris? Does she work with Chris?
Primarily, she's been working downstairs here because the person that had that position is still out sick.
Okay.
So I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if that person's coming back or not. But I think this is the right maneuver for the position.
Will it
I'm sure.
require a new position?
No, I don't intend to add any additional personnel to our payroll. Basically, at this point, the person that's out sick is not being paid. They've used up all that time. So no, it doesn't increase our head count. It's just maneuvering, job titles, essentially. And then, like I said, the $1 an hour increase.
That's good.
You need approval?
Yeah, I'll have to have a
Okay,
motion second and all that.
okay. And you said for it to be, you're requesting, did you say the cashier to be
The current accounting assistant will become cashier.
okay, and then an increase of $1?
Yes.
Okay. I motion to approve the accounting position to now be named or titled cashier, and, which is a full-time position, and $1 increase an hour. So it'd be $20 an hour.
Yes.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second that we authorize the present accounting assistant to become the cashier at a increase of $1 an hour to $20. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I've got another piece of new business. I'd like to request a $1 an hour increase for the distribution foreman. She's been in that position now about 3 months. She's done a pretty good job, and I'd like to bump it up a little bit. She's not quite at the level that the previous distribution foreman was. But she's actually in the operator school right now, taking a class to get her certification. And then if she does get her certification, then I'll be coming back for more. But as far as this is concerned, this would be a $1 an hour increase to $26 an hour.
I'll make a motion for the distribution foreman to get an increase in $1 an hour pay.
Second.
Motion and second that we approve the distribution foreman to receive an increase of $1 an hour. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The next new business item I have, the Northwest District Indiana Section AWWA is having a fall meeting in Plymouth on Friday, September 29th. At the present, I have myself and 4 of the personnel identified to go attend this. I was wanting to see if any board members had interest in attending. We would have to be in Plymouth. The meeting officially starts at 9 a.m. in Plymouth. I have to be early because I'm the trustee still for the Northwest District, so I got work to do. So I'd have to be there around closer to 8 o'clock their time, so it would be pretty early from here. But
They're on Eastern.
yeah, they're on Eastern. We don't start the meeting till 9, so that 9 Eastern, so that it's 8 o'clock local time. That's the fun part of having a district that straddles the time zone.
Yes, lots of fun. I want to go.
What date is this?
This is the 29th, Friday, September 29th.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
Plymouth.
And you don't have to let me know tonight if take a look, and if you do want to attend, just let me know. We have a little bit of time to register, so.
Okay.
Then the next item in new business, I just want to let you know that we did our lead and copper testing. The state limits us to, we are on reduced monitoring because we haven't exceeded the action levels. So We only have to do this every third year. And we had 30 sample sites, and we only had one that exceeded the maximum level that's set at 15 parts per billion. But overall, the department is below the action level. So,
That's wonderful.
and we attribute the likelihood is that it's probably due to interior plumbing in the home. But we can't guarantee that, that's it. But we've been notifying the customer and letting them know what's going on with it. So,
is that good for another 3 years?
depends on the new lead and copper rule that's coming out from the EPA. There's a new rule coming out. It
Coming out
is,
for years, then.
yeah,
That's
it
what I
has.
was thinking.
The official start date for it is next year. Believe it's December of '24. And so there's a lot of unknowns right now. And I actually spoke to a person at IDEM who's responsible for this, for dealing with this rule. And she's hoping to have some good information by the beginning of December of this year to make final comments and get the, so this rule gets finished up in time for the deadline that has been set. So I don't know a lot of details of change, and there's so much stuff up in the air. I don't really want to talk too much about it in this format.
Okay.
But there's a possibility we may have to do another round of testing sooner than the 3 years.
So my question on this is, are the samples taken from a home?
Yes, we drop off 1 liter bottles that we get in contact with customers that we know have part of their service line has lead in it that according to our records. And so we send these bottles to these homes, and we ask them to not use their water for 6 hours, and then, so usually at night, and then before they use water, take the bottle and fill it right up, cold water from their kitchen faucet, and then they can use all the water they want after that. It's called a first grab, or a first grab sample. That's why we don't sample it, because a lot of times it's folks when they first get up in the morning are doing that sample for us. We do appreciate the effort on the part of the customers. We actually are getting ready to order a little thank you gift to send to those folks that did it for us this year.
That's nice.
The trick is getting people to do it. I believe our guys called close to 100 people before they finally, between phone numbers that don't work anymore, and people
yes.
moving, and new people moving in, and people thinking it's a scam, and
Right.
all those things. It took a lot of effort to get 30 people willing to do it.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, understandable. They're getting, ever since COVID, people are paranoid.
I think normal people really would want to know.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of it couldn't happen in my house, for example, because of the schedules that we have. We have people that are up at different times at night, so it would. My house doesn't have a lead service, but if I did, I would offer to be one, except for the fact that getting 6 hours without the water running is almost impossible. So.
Take them fishing. Take it, baby.
So that's it. That's all I had for new business.
All right, anybody else have any new business? Public comments? Director's comments?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we adjourn.